Thank you, Sentinels, for being here, and congratulations for your victory. Now we are going to start with some questions in the room. Sierra, you got the first question.
Hi, Sierra, freelance esports commentator. My first question, super lighthearted, to Kaplan. Why wouldn't you let Hubert watch the match at first, and what changed for you to turn him around and finally let him start watching?
I had the shield. This hat's here to shield his eyes. That's one reason. I just want to make sure he only watches good things. He's been good to us, and I'm trying to make up for how I've treated him in the past by giving him a very happy life.
Amazing. And the next question on behalf of the Val comp subreddit community goes to Zellsis. Sweepa BB had some really heartful words for you the last Wolves press conference, talking about how you were really nice to him and helped him a lot on this event and going into his matches. Do you have any message for him and the rest of Wolves now that they are also in playoffs with you?
First of all, I'm glad he made playoffs. I love them. I think they deserve it for sure. And then next, we just have to make sure we win and make sure they win too. And then, we can play again and it'll be fun. So I think I'm very excited for that if it happens.
Thank you.
Next question.
All right. Hey guys, Pedro here. I've got a question to Bang. What is some of the biggest differences between Sentinels and 100 Thieves in terms of a team environment, but also an organizational environment?
It's just there's such big differences. I think the way we approach practice and our main priorities in practice on what we want to improve on. I don't want to speak too much about it for their sake, but and for our sake, but it's just completely different the way we approach the game and what we value the most in prep for matches, in just the weeks of practice in normal season. It's just completely different outlooks on the game, to be honest. But players completely different. It's funny whenever I hear the same things because I've been on multiple teams and you just sometimes you hear the same phrases and the same jokes and stuff like that on multiple teams. So I'll hear some of the things I say or these guys say, and I'll tell them that my teammates 100 Thieves would say it. And it's usually pretty funny. And what is that? It's just honestly it's very different. It's two teams are just so different. It's hard to just compare them.
All right. Thank you very much.
Next question.
Wagwan Sentinels.
Wagwan Shade.
Hey, my man. Nice to meet you guys. I'm Ravish. Ravish. Not gonna say where I'm from. But real quick, I want to ask a question to Zekin. Zach, have you had the Jollibee here? You like it? You don't like it straight up? It's bad, man.
No. I haven't had Jollibee here yet.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Is it good here? Is it better than?
That's pretty good.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
You should. But so, what'd you eat this morning to make you look this good? What's going on?
I had a banana.
Just a banana?
Yeah. Banana and coffee.
Yeah. No milk in that coffee?
There was some milk.
Sugar?
What was it? 1 cream, 1 sugar? Something like that.
Nice. Thanks, Zach.
Thanks, man.
Hello, Gabriel Noda from App Trigger. So my first question is to John QT. As the IGL, how has your playstyle and team strategies adapted with the new roster since the last Sentinels Masters win? And what are your hopes and expectations going into playoffs?
Thank you for the question. Obviously, 2 new players and a new assistant coach. So, yeah, kind of how Tens and Sassy wanted to play is very different from how Nerit and Bang wants to play. So I had to adapt to that and kind of get used to their tendencies and make sure they're in the right spots to shine. So, yeah, and overall, we still have our core. I'm still working with Kaplan to kind of just adapt to the meta and strategize and have the right game plan and stuff like that. So, the transition was very easy. As you can see, we're doing great. And yeah, obviously the goal for Toronto is to win it. Very happy with the win. We're in a good spot and looking forward to PRX.
And my next question is to anyone who would answer, but I have a quote from G2 because early in the press conference, we talked to them and they talked about Sentinels. And I want your guys' reaction, and anyone can answer this. So I asked them who they expected to see the losers bracket next, and they said, and G2 Valen said, give me SEN, just let me eliminate them and I'll be happy. What are your thoughts on that comment?
I'll take it. I think G2 are very good, and I hope that they have a great rest of the tournament.
What do you think, Zellsis?
I think G2 are horrible, and the fact that they lost to PRX is embarrassing, and I think they need to be eliminated from the tournament. I don't even think they should be allowed to play their elimination game. Just send them home.
Thanks so much, guys.
Hi guys, congrats. Commend here. I just wanted to ask, sorry, I'm going to mention G2 again. They beat you in the final of the Americas stage, right? That was a sad day for you guys. But with hindsight, you know, they came in cold, lost today. You guys had a few matches, less pressure on those, and you came in warm and dominated this game. Are you not glad that you lost that match, obviously, but do you think it was good that you had those matches to warm up?
I still can't get behind saying I'd rather be not first seed. I still think, especially when they changed the meta a lot with the Teo nerfs, having that extra time to prepare is big. Yeah, and I think that is an advantage, but it definitely helps. And in G2's case, when you're a little bit nervous or shaky on a stage or just unfamiliar, I think PRX are probably a really hard opponent with their playstyle to play in that situation. So feel for them. That was a bit of a tough spot to be in.
Great, thank you.
But I'm glad they lost, just to be clear. Yay. Yay.
All right. I have two more questions. One, anybody on the team can answer, which is kind of on that topic of your next opponent being PRX. Last time you met was in your lower run, right, in Masters Madrid, where you beat them and then went on to win the event. How do you feel about their current form, especially their match against G2? And what do you think of the differences with the addition of Patman?
They look great. I think the addition of Patman has stabilized them a little bit. I think they're a little less crazy than they used to be. You know, they're still the same old good PRX. You're going to get a lot of fun gameplay, but I think there's a little bit more control in what they want to do and a little bit more intent behind everything. But they look really good.
Amazing. And then the second question is also from the VALOComp subreddit community. First off, they said congratulations on moving up to the upper finals or semifinals. You played all the China teams to get here and familiarized yourselves with the China's playstyle as a region. What were some of the key similarities and differences between playing against these teams? What aspects of their playing style between Wolves, BLG, and XLG challenged you the most while playing the game? Anyone can answer, but maybe John QT as an IGL could be a good perspective.
Yeah, definitely playing Wolves and BLG prepared us well to play against XLG. At the end of the day, it's the same region and they kind of have the same play style where they're like very aggressive and individualistic. I feel like out of the three, Wolves was more structured, in my opinion. I think XLG kind of had some nerves and it was kind of their first time playing international and they didn't play the group stage, so it was definitely difficult for them. But at the end of the day, like, it's really easy to like watch, even if you don't play a Chinese team before, it's really easy to watch a VOD and kind of like familiarize yourself with what kind of fights they want to take and what kind of like game plan they come up with. And yeah, we made sure to like prep well and obviously worked out well.
Perfect. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hi guys, this is Jacob from Esports.com. You guys have now defeated your third opponent from the Chinese region. My question is, how do you think the Sentinels team would perform against the reigning champs EDG and their fearless leader, King?
I want the final boss, King.
Thank you. Now we have two questions from fans here in the room.
Hi. Oh, there we go. Hi, my name's Blue. I wanted to know if there's a specific team that you guys really want to play while you're here, or if you're just kind of down for whatever comes up.
Anything. I just want to play more Valorant.
I mean, I hope we play all regions, to be honest, and just have like defeat each team in every region, hopefully. So like definitely APAC is next, then EMEA and Americas. But I don't know if G2 is going to make it, so we'll see.
Thank you. We have another question.
This question's for Zellsis. Do you think you sold more bundles this year or last year? Or you think you're slacking this year?
Last year for sure. Bro, I had 10s last year. I didn't even have to sell the bundle. And he aced his first round back in the international stage. He made my life easy.
Thank you so much. Now we are going to take some questions on the call. Rabia, you go first.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, everyone, on the win. My question goes to Zellsis. You said the fact that G2 lost to PRX, they should not even be allowed to play an elimination match. Can we see a clean 2-0 from you guys against PRX then?
Hey, I just did it for the banter, okay? I do mean it, but I did it for the banter. We could get OT'd by PaperX as well. I'm not stepping on no toes, okay? PaperX shows up and they decide they want to be King Kong of Valorant. So I need to, I'm going the humble route. We just need to make sure we show up and it should be a fun series.
Perfect. Best of luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question goes to Arnab.
Hey guys, Arnav here. My question is for Cap. Hi Cap, how are you doing? First of all, congrats on the win. My question would be, a lot of talks have been about the new meta without Teho, but personally I think that this is the meta which was before Teho, including Vice. How much time do you think the teams had to adapt, and how much familiarity you guys had coming to the tournament and preparing yourselves?
Yeah, I think for the most part in this game, the maps dictate how the game plays more than the agents. I think there's exceptions to that, like Tejo and Chamber, where they come in and they're incredibly strong and they shake things up a lot. So it's definitely, I'm having a lot of fun right now because I feel like there's a lot of options on what you can do. Vise is strong and we get to see what she looks like without Tejo around, but you don't have to play her. I think it sounds like a lot of work to switch off Tejo on a lot of maps, but because of what I'm saying, I don't think it's been too bad. And I think so far you're seeing a lot of teams playing comps and ways that they played before the Tejo meta, like instead of just some other brand new thing. And I think I like it. I think it's made the tournament a little bit more. I mean, I just enjoy it. I feel like the games are tighter and it's not like huge curveballs left and right because of it.
Thank you guys and best of luck against PRX.
Thank you. Next question goes to Pedro.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Thank you guys so much. First off, as everybody else has been saying, congrats on the victory to Deviant moving on to the next round of playoffs. Oh, by the way, Pedro Romero, independent journalist. I'm going to send this question over to Kaplan. Golden Boy asked Zellsis the question about comparing like the three opponents you guys have had so far in this competition, all of them being from China. So I'm going to do the good old fashioned copy and paste, but more so like in a different kind of direction. I want to ask you as the coach in terms of specifics, what has been the biggest differences that you've seen in terms of like preparing and facing against these three Chinese teams? What has been the biggest thing that stood out to you as the coach, and how have you helped the team kind of move around or navigate through such game plans of those opponents?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think John answered it really well earlier. I think a couple of years ago, China was seen as a very kind of scrappy region with a lot of wild play. And from my experience with Billy and Wolves this tournament, they've been really structured and I've been really impressed with them. And I feel like the region's grown a lot strategically. I agree with John that the Shilai Gaming were more individualistic and scrappy. And I think part of that's nerves, and also just from watching them back, they tended to, it looks like from VODs, they like to play a little bit more, kind of like throw you off your game, do more gimmick strategies, just catch you out. And yeah, in terms of preparing, I think it's been mostly focusing on ourselves. I think everyone's done a good job stepping up. And I also want to shout out Gunter, where like it's hard to find the time and justify the time to go back and watch very old VODs from a team and try to guess on how they're gonna, how they're gonna look based on how they looked before Tejo. But he really took the extra time to do that, for example, with Lotus, and it makes us familiar, even though the comp looks new when you just look at the past few months of them playing.
Thanks. Next question will go to Harry.
Thanks. Hey guys, Tenrek, independent. Congrats on the win. This question's mainly for John, but narrate's free to answer as well if he'd like. It's a bit of a piggyback off of Arnab's question about, the changes with Tejo to the meta in general. Obviously, the initiator role took the biggest hit on that, and whether it's comfort or not, Sentinels have made notably unique choices when it comes to initiators on some maps. You guys are the only ones who have played Fade on Sunset. You guys are the only ones who have played both Breach and Sky on Split as well. When it comes to clearing, especially where Yoru has been so prevalent in getting in early for fights, and lurking has also been so prevalent in hero moments for rounds. How has the information game changed or sort of reverted, I guess, with Tejo's absence here in Masters Toronto?
I feel like Tejo is definitely overtuned. A lot of people talk about the missiles, but I feel like his drone was really broken. It covered like the most space, and it was really hard to break. And I feel like it made the game very easy. And now it's way more complicated, and you have to have a better understanding overall, and make sure you're smart with your util. So for us, like regarding Fade or Sky, we just felt like that's a good fit for the map, and like me and Marshall are pretty flexible. We can play any initiators, so the goal is to have a proper comp with the proper strategy, and that's why we chose those.
Thanks so much. Best of luck in your next match.
Thanks. Next question goes to Miguel.
Hi, Miguel Soriano from Sounds of Chaos in Latin America. Congrats on the win, guys. My question would be for Zellsis. There's a bunch of people that always like to discard Sentinels on an international stage competition. We know a bunch of that. But MIBR not being MIBR this tournament, and G2 falling to PRX, and you guys being the most consistent of a region in Americas, what would be a message that you would give to the people that always having this faith in you that you can make it?
I mean, it feels great. Like people that believe in us, whether it's good or bad, sometimes the best ones are the most mean ones, but it's fine. It's how life is. But I mean, to all the people who believe in us, we really appreciate it. We do notice it, and I don't have much more to say than that. I think every org or every team has their like diehard fans, but obviously I think Sentinels fans go way and above beyond, and we love it. We appreciate it. Thank you guys. Shout out you guys out there watching us right now. Appreciate it. Hello. Sen City is one of the best fan bases I've ever seen, especially being a part of it. It's a very, very humbling, very wholesome thing, I guess. And yeah, that's about it.
Thank you.
Thanks. Now, last three questions. Arnam.
Hi again, Arnav here. This time my question is for Zellsis. I want to know, do you know that FNS has given a name to you? It's called Green Lantern. And he is on the PRX train. But I want to know from you, any words that you want to give to him?
Pooji, I love you, and thank you for naming me the Green Lantern. I know you called me Superman, but it's fine. I'll take Green Lantern. It works. But yeah, I love FNS. I know he's a PRX fan, so I hope we can send them to the lowers and piss him off, because that'd be great. Because I can't play against him anymore. He's old and retired, so I have to take down the team he supports. And yeah.
Amazing, and best of luck.
Thank you.
And last question goes to Rabia.
Thank you so much. My question goes to Kaplan this time. It's not about the tournament, but the game itself. Riot announced a few days ago that they will be making changes to help players counter heavy util, such as Tejo nerf, and then there was a small adjustment made to Beach Stun as well. And there will be more coming in the future as well. I just want to ask, what are your thoughts on these changes? And is there any particular thing or any particular change that you'd like to see when it comes to, addressing the heavy util meta right now in the game?
Yeah, I can't really comment or say that I have the foresight to know whether the game would be better or worse. And there's so many angles you could look at that. If the game had less util, like less rechargeables, less anything like that, and I'm excited to see the game look like that. I just think it's a volatile type of change to make. I don't mind them so far, but they just have to be careful. I think that there's some really strong defensive agents in the game. Agents like Vise, agents like Yoru. It makes you have to clear a ton of space. It makes you have to pressure sites a lot before you can get in. So if the game's going to look different, they just have to be really careful to make a lot of changes. Otherwise, I think there would be ripple effects that would hurt the way the game's balanced, because it's been balanced about the amount of util it's had for a long time. So I have full faith in them, and I think it's exciting that they're gonna try to change things up.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
Okay. Thank you, Sentinels, for being here with us. Good luck in your next match. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.